tough phase in itself. And like you also said, there's access to materials, there's access to guidance. Whereas when it came to lupus, there was barely any information out there that was that a 14-year-old could understand at least. And very little guidance, actually no guidance at all. And keeping in mind the rheumatologist to patient ratio, I didn't really get much time with my rheumatologist either. So that lack of guidance was in a way a double burden on me to go out of the way, figure what lupus is on my own, understand biology, understand a little bit of medicine, and yeah, so it took time and it was a strenuous process, absolutely was strenuous. And then you're also on lupus medication, right, like steroids, to just name a few that show immediate impact on the body. So if it's steroids, the moon phase, the classic moon phase, you just have this really round face. To the mala rashes was a challenge. So your focus as a teenager goes heavily into figuring out these basics of lupus with zero guidance. So yeah, exhausting in a way. As I said, I was diagnosed at a very young age, and I just wanted to meet one more person who had lupus, because now you think you're the only one because you've not spoken to anyone who has lupus. And this whole systemic lupus erythematosus, no one even knows about it. And so it was kind of a dream that I will connect with a patient in India, and I realized the importance of a support group. It was a search to connect with another patient. So I tried in India. I realized there were no support groups and no one was even actually talking about it in India. And so I remember at that time, the hospital that I was visiting, one of the finest in the country, had some sort of a patient policy, and there was I remember desperately wanting to connect, but that didn't happen. And so I went online and connected with patients abroad. And that is when I realized we really need something like that in India. I felt it in my bones that we need that in India. And of course, couple of years down the lane, cut to 2017, 18, slowly I went public with my story on social media. A couple of patients, across India connected with me. But what really changed my life was when my consultant rheumatologist and mentor, Dr. Padmanabha Shenoy, said, Vachas, here are a group of lupus patients. Form a community, you guys should connect, be a progressive community of patients making change. And that really changed life for me. It was a huge difference. I spoke to a couple of patients. You realize that they're going through their own set of challenges, while many of that might overlap with yours, but it's also unique in its own way. And that's how actually Lupus Trust India came to be. Predominantly started off with treatment, awareness, and support groups. And so I can never give more importance to the importance of a support group. And it can help through experiential learning. Many patients share their experiences, what worked best, how to handle the social challenges of lupus, the familial aspects of it, and the employability aspects, living with a condition like that. So in my case, like you said, my teenage is now was 3 different things, while it had my own teenage challenges that every teenager probably goes through. It was also trying to understand lupus, and 3, also trying to connect with another person in this country who has lupus.